Episode 1, Season 3.
We're back.
We're locked in. We're locked in. Real Relay fam, what's popping? What's going on? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. We got a special guest in the building. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. The highest energy in the building. You know what time it is. Kevin Cooney in the motherfucking building. What's going on, bro?
Woo! Good morning, you bad, beautiful bitches, you.
I was waiting for that.
Yes. Had it popping off first thing.
I've been waiting for it. Yes. Because I was telling you right before we started, like, we're huge fans. Off the bat, huge fans.
Thank you.
We're super fucking pumped to have you on today. No bullshit. Fuck everything else. Like, this is a fucking rated R show. Like, do whatever you want. You can speak.
God.
And I feel like, in general, like, who you becoming, who you are, like, you want to probably move past a lot of shit and, like, yo, let's figure out who you are.
Yeah.
Get you on there, get you popping, and, like, tell people your story.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'm in.
Because you want to be more than just a fucking TikTok, just a coffee, whatever it is. You want to be more than that.
Yep, 100%.
You want to like that was it generational wealth?
Yep.
You know what I'm
exactly
saying?
right.
Because we talked about this earlier. But anyway, Real Relay fam, episode 1, season 3. Go ahead, Barbara, start us off, man. I got the crush in my hand.
All right, so we're happy to be back. Kevin Cooney, very special guest. Before we get started, we always like to start out with our traditional question that we always ask. So,
Hold on. You got to introduce my guy, too.
Yeah, I'm just sitting over here.
Don't forget my guy over here.
Can't forget the other special guest.
Yo, we
as well.
got another super special guest. You know what I
The
mean?
certified coffee aficionado who, be focusing on the
guy,
coffee.
the guy who put me on to Kevin Cooney, you know what I mean?
Let's
The
go.
guy, you know what I mean?
Good
So that's
guy,
Nothing big.
Ryan
I'm just the one who made it happen.
Ryan
Wow.
O'Keefe. Ryan
Jeez.
O'Keefe in the building. Yo,
Bro-
we like to
broker
put people.
extraordinaire.
Yeah, we like to put people on, but he put you on.
he put me on.
Now we're
That's
made it
P.
real.
That's P.
Yeah.
That's P.
Yep.
That's P. You already know.
All right.
Go ahead.
So, Kevin, who are you today?
26-year-old, youngest, at least I know, in my little area, which is the North End. I'm like an undercover Irishman in a very, very Italian neighborhood.
Yep.
Just like serial entrepreneur. I pump you up every morning.
Every morning.
Whether you got caffeine in your system or not, okay, it's coming in hot, okay?
Yeah.
And, looking to really branch out in the coffee game, merch, real estate like we talked about.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty crazy because to me it's like the whole I want to look past a lot of the shit and I want to get to this.
Yep.
Because I feel like this is your like heart and soul right here. This is
Yep.
your baby, right?
Oh, yeah.
And like even before we start talking, like this shit look fire, man. Like I love the fucking branding on this shit is nice.
Made
like,
that on Canva. All right, little free plug for Canva.
Don't be giving out the secrets to these motherfuckers because they're gonna look it up,
Yep.
man. But Dangerously Caffeinated is the brand.
Yep.
It's the name. Tell me how this pop off.
You know what's funny? I think you mentioned this earlier. I would never guess I'd get into coffee ever.
Really?
Ever. Everything I've done has come from the TikTok audience. So it happened. The Dangerously Caffeinated was just a catchphrase I'd end every little morning alarm with.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, if you put that on a hat, a hoodie, this is like a Dangerously Caffeinated hat. We'd buy it, t-shirts, tank tops. So then I rolled out a huge merch line. And then it wasn't till probably 8 months to a year ago, people were like, if you actually produce coffee, we'd buy it. So merch I can do. I'm pretty handy. The tech stuff, I'm pretty good with like graphic design, and I know how to build a website and get things out. Coffee, like where do you even go for that? Like,
Yeah, that's insane.
so I linked up with a buddy of mine from high school, Brandon. He's on a road trip right now, that's why he can't.
Shout
be
out
here.
Brandon.
Yeah, RVing around the country with his girlfriend. So
He gonna watch this.
Quick prayer for that.
This motherfucker always be shitting on like I be looking at your fucking TikToks with when you got like the fur coat on.
Yeah.
And you,
Oh,
and
yeah.
You shit on your girl, not shit on her, but like
100%.
you're roasting the fuck out of her.
Oh, dude, well, I'm like hardcore Irish. She's like hardcore Italian. So we're just like, you'll see I got like Whitey Bulger on the cup. Just
And no one gives an inch.
I'll put this on the kitchen and be like, so you know he's Irish. Okay, it wasn't Italian.
Yeah,
So-
I've been seeing you been doing like unboxings with her with the PO
Yes.
box and shit like that.
Yep.
Like how like getting I know I'm going all over the place.
No, you're good.
But like I'm a fucking super fan off the bat.
Yep,
You know
yep.
what I mean? So how did like getting her into it? Does she help you out with the merch? Like what does she do?
You know what's funny? She was such an introvert, hated the camera. Favorite club was Barnes and Noble's, like no joke.
I'm sorry you're saying that.
Yeah, and that is quite the club. I don't know if you've ever been there. That is they got
The book clubs be going crazy in the back.
Oh man, they got a barista back there. It's crazy.
We have a couple of those, Jose.
Yeah. So
That's where you meet your wife.
Yes.
Non-Southie.
That's another topic.
You're not gonna find love in Southie, all right? I don't know what. I get a ton of DMs from people.
They
Being
must
like,
hate. They hate you or love you.
It's a mixed bag. It's a real mixed bag.
When he sent me that shit in the summer, I was like,
were
"You're not gonna
dying.
find love in the South End. You're gonna find the South. You're gonna find the South. Go check the North End,
Right?
And I'm like, yo, he's gonna piss off a lot of people.
A lot of people. I actually got caught in. I was in Capo Basement wearing a shirt I made that
Oh,
says,
no.
"You're not gonna find love in Southie," and that says like dash the North End, as if it's like a quote from the North End.
Yeah.
And I had people come up to me and like, "Oh, weird that you're here," and I'm like, "Hey, I already found
Yeah,
love.
yeah, I'm not here for love, bro.
I'm out here to
I'm here
get
to have fun."
annihilated." All right. So, yeah.
But number one supporter.
But now it's funny, like she used to be like user number 7769 on TikTok, like had no profile picture, no videos. Now she actually made her own profile. She's got like she's been on like 3 weeks. She's got like 20,000 followers in 3 weeks, and now she's in on the content. So it's like I mean, this might be like a mod. Like you become who you surround yourself with naturally. Like
Yo, generational wealth. You gotta
Right.
build that shit up, man. Put your people on.
right, and
That's
so-
P. That's P right there.
and vice versa. I mean, she's got. I'm not a reader at all. I don't think I've read a book cover to cover
can't
ever.
read.
Now I'm blowing. Yeah, I'm with you,
Now
dude.
you're
If you were to put a
unboxing
book in
books.
front of me, I'd be like the mouse chase the cat.
You're like bottle service at Barnes and Noble.
Right.
The only thing I can read is the bottle service menu at the club.
Exactly.
Oh, man.
And but no, we take each other's strengths and feed into that. So
That's good.
now
great.
she's really. We'll go to the Italians do like big Thanksgivings or big Christmas Eves, and from all her family and stuff, it's like, wow, she's really come out of her shell, and
Wow.
and now she's in on her main thing is she does all the if you get Dangerously Caffeinated, it's been packaged up and shipped by Hagrid, by Ashley.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah,
So
yo, why y'all calling her Hagrid?
Dude, the morning hair is outrageous, man. It's a striking
the
resemblance.
Harry Potter motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a striking resemblance, all right?
It
is.
But she gotta be cool with the joking around and shit like that.
100%.
Yeah.
I asked.
That's good.
We'll go out now, like we just went to Kane Brown on Friday night, and people were coming up to her more than coming up to me and being like, Hagrid!
Yeah, you made a meme out of her, low key.
I was like, I asked her a while ago. I was like, we could probably get ahead of this. We could probably rebrand you, and she's all in.
My
so.
marketing genius 101 over here. He's like, we can get ahead of this.
We could get ahead of this. All right?
Yo,
We
make
could
the
just-
t-shirts. Stop making the t-shirts
exactly.
now. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad she's your number one support. She's there
Yes.
for you. That's awesome. You guys are a great team, great
Yes,
duo. You know what I mean?
100%.
But I didn't mean to interrupt your dangerously caffeinated story.
Yeah, dude. So merch I can do, right? Like that. I feel like if you have a laptop, you can pretty much sell merch. You can figure it out.
do anything.
Coffee, I'm like, gee, I don't even know where you go to get, the actual beans and actually making these bags. Like I'll use
Making that bag, right?
really make that scene, right?
He looked at me.
Right.
He looked at me. He's like, he said someone's like a bag.
So I linked up with a buddy of mine, Brandon, and we were 2 seconds away from booking flights to Colombia. So here's our mindset. We were like, all right, we'll go straight to the source. We'll have no middleman. We'll fly into Colombia. We'll meet a roast master down there in some sort of rice field, right? Shake their hand.
Not a coffee bean field?
Get to know them, and I was like, dude, we're gonna end up on some like locked up abroad 60 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. You
Episode.
bought a Dateline or whatever.
Right,
Dangerously
right.
caffeinated.
Right,
there.
yeah.
So oddly enough, we did some shopping around online. We found a roast master in Laconia, New Hampshire. He imports all
Oh,
the beans.
much safer.
No, yeah, exactly.
Much more reasonable.
It's like we could probably drive there. I was like, that might hit a toll booth or two. And so we stayed there for about a day. We taste tested a bunch of different blends, and he's pulling stuff off the shelves from Brazil and Vietnam and Japan and all over the place. And we literally stayed there for a day, like mixing up, different taste samples and stuff. And we found 3 blends we liked, and then we taste tested them with us and friends and family, and then we narrowed it down to these 2. And rolled out with these 2. Yep.
How proud are you that you did that?
Dude, it was
Like, how do you feel about that
'Cause-
personally?
Huge accomplishment. Like, when and you guys probably know with even just running this, like you take it from an idea stage. I mean, that thing lived on my computer on a little transparent file for months.
Yeah.
So to see it now like on a bag, I'm
That's
like,
wild.
right. And then to see when people get it and they take pictures on Instagram.
You
and
did
stuff.
you did like a drop recently. I saw you
Yes.
fucking going everywhere.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we'll do. So I ship these all out of my place in the North End. So it's full on. You walk in there, it's like an Amazon fulfillment center. It's freaking tape, boxes, bubble wrap.
We shipped all the Real Relate merch from here.
oh, let's go. Yep.
I mean, you're at a fucking Staples. You're at the
Yeah.
best business spot to
Yeah.
do that shit at.
Right.
So I feel you. So I'm up here putting boxes up,
Yep.
sending them out downstairs, just whoop, 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 whoop.
Yep.
But that's how it starts.
Dude, exactly
So
right.
for the fans out there listening and watching, like, this is how it starts with shit like this. It's
Right.
possible.
Exactly
a little idea to, like, now we're in the studio, now you got a bag, like, it's lit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's fire, man.
Exactly.
How do you feel being a superstar?
Dude, I don't even. For me, I'm a regular dude. Like I got all these notifications after the Kane Brown concert of people like posting on their Instagram of pictures of me. It's like Kane Brown, Chase Rice, I think his name is, and then me in the same like 3 swipes on Instagram. You know what I mean? And for me, I'm a norm. We'll go out all the time, whether it's the North End or Southie, and people come up, and some people are in like hysterics with the whole. I get a lot of like my DMs are mostly like depressions, suicides. Girlfriend, boyfriend cheated,
'Cause you
divorce,
cheer everyone up, you know
right,
what I mean?
right. You know, laid off, fired. Like I get a ton of those DMs. So you see these people out, and they're like, you know,
Thank you.
right. And that's
Thank
I
you.
love those interactions. Are like when you go in and like you know get
I feel
close
your-
to someone.
I feel you.
Priceless,
Like,
priceless.
Yeah, you're
All the
like-
money in the world.
that's a really great relationship because what a positive guy you are, and you get a lot of like negative type of stuff come not like in a bad way,
Right,
But like to
right.
cheer people up,
Right.
And so you know some like shit about people,
Right.
And like they open up to you. That's a great relationship to have with your audience,
Right.
And it explains
Exactly.
like why the success, you know, because you're a genuine dude.
Yeah.
How does it feel being a really positive dude and you get a lot of negative like stuff like that? In
For-
your, you know,
For me, so I'm weird. Like it's in my positivity is like in my DNA.
Yeah.
Like that's just like you know just like installed in me since birth, basically. But it's funny. Every morning I listen to. You guys know this guy Jocko at all? You follow him at all on social media? Jocko's like this like big rough Navy SEAL.
oh geez,
But he's got a podcast called the Jocko Podcast, and I'll listen to it every morning, just snippets of it here and there.
Yeah.
And his episodes are he'll bring on someone from like World War II, Vietnam.
Oh, damn.
You know, was there at Pearl Harbor, 9/11, like, and then they talk about their stories. So I start the morning, oddly enough, with like the darkest, deepest
it can only get better.
conversations, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's all perspective. Like my car could blow up, and if I was good, and Ash was good, and people around me
Yeah.
were safe,
Yeah,
like
You're good.
it's not that big. You know what I mean?
it's about perspective.
right, exactly.
You know, it's about
Exactly.
perspective. So okay, that's a good way to look at it too.
So then is that what pumps you up in the morning if you're
Oh
pumping
yeah,
everybody else up?
yeah,
That's what gets you
100%.
going.
Because then
I was curious about that.
where I park. So I park. It's actually the day there was.
Don't tell people this shit.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
We're not telling people where
I
you
started
park.
stuttering. I was like, how do I get around this?
Yeah, I can edit. I can, by the way, if something comes, I can edit whatever the fuck you want too. You know,
Long story-
Mother creeper ass motherfuckers listening to this shit.
I park somewhere in the city
Yeah.
where you can see a boat called the USS Constitution.
Okay, yep.
So I look out that and I'm like, oh, and then I
I've seen
remember
your
like,
videos with that.
right.
Yeah.
So I'll like start the morning with Jocko, and then I look out and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, like the revolution was fucking here, like.
Wild.
Shit was getting down.
Right. So then
Shit
I'm
was
like,
good,
oh, okay. So yeah, from here on out, we're fucking ready to roll. Like there's, you know, this
Yeah.
your day will ebb and flow, good or bad, but there's nothing. The revolution's not going to break out, you know.
Yeah, that's
at least
right.
for right now.
Yeah, well, unless a zombie apocalypse. Or
Right.
something. Yeah,
Exactly.
something crazy happens.
Exactly.
That's crazy. My bad, Barbara. Go ahead. I mean, to take the fucking shit.
So obviously, like, we like to start from, like, you know, the beginning
Yeah.
sometimes and, like, understand, like, how you get to where you are. So you ooze positivity.
Yep.
Where does that come from? Like, from your childhood?
Like, yeah, where you
does that-
from?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Give
From
us, like, an origin story.
Yeah, totally. I'm born and raised a small little town, Windham, New Hampshire. It's literally, 45 minutes north of the city. It's like right as you get into New Hampshire.
Yeah.
But I got a twin sister and an older sister. So growing up, I got to see almost like the behind the scenes of what happens when like you stand up a chick on a date. Like you know being a guy.
Good point. Yeah.
Being a dude, you blow a girl off and you're like, she was probably like,
It's way deeper than that.
But then to be home at, you're in high school or even in college and you come back for the winter or whatever, and she gets all dolled up for a date and the kid, doesn't show up, and then she's bawling her eyes out, and naturally as a dude you get like heated off that. But you see the reverse effects of just being like a D-bag, basically. Yeah. So I got kind of the inside scoop of like girl code almost, or what happens like behind the scenes there. Mm-hmm. On top of just I got an old school Irish dad who believes in like labor until you're dead. But then I got like the sweetest, she's an English teacher, mother that like, so it was that balance of like, the two of them together.
That's good.
So I had that as well as my two sisters to kind
So
of.
very humble beginnings, it sounds like.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's like you woke up as a kid. We had bark mulch to do. And if there's nothing to do, we're probably just going in the woods and just cutting trees down. Like that's like you're gonna do. Before bed, my dad would keep a deck of cards on my nightstand, and before bed, mandatory, he'd come in, he would flip 5 cards over, and that's what we had to do in dips on the side of your bed and push-ups before you go to bed. Every night. 5 cards.
Damn, I could use some of that right now.
It was wild.
Yeah, crazy.
Imagine you're like a little kid, freaking covered in fucking Cheetos, and then all of a sudden your dad comes in and flips 5 cards over and was like,
Like, you
get
know what
them
time
going.
it is. You know what time it is.
Get them going.
Get them. Jesus.
So yeah, it was like that discipline at a young age.
You still do dips before bed?
Not anymore. I really should start.
You still flipping 5 cards? He's like,
exactly.
oh, hold on, wait a minute. Damn.
We gotta
Yeah, you and
ace it.
Hagrid, you're like, oh,
Yeah,
Hagrid,
I'm
don't
like,
worry,
hey,
gotta dip a little
we
bit.
gotta before anything.
Other guys are doing this. I'm doing this. She thinks I'm out doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Sleep over with the guys. Damn, that's crazy. Well, that's kind of that's a nice beginning.
Yeah,
I would have not expected that, honestly.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
So just a super disciplined start. On top of that, I was playing football from 6th through college. So it was
Oh, you
like
played in college too?
yeah. So
Cool.
I went to Merrimack 1 year and then Plymouth State for the rest. And so you had it was already engraved in you since birth of how you're gonna act and how you're gonna go about your day, and you're gonna wake up early, you're gonna work out, and then football kind of reinforced that. So then after that, I get a lot of DMs too of from athletes that played D1 full ride, but then didn't make it to the big leagues, and now their mental
They just
state
don't know
is
what to do.
and so I'm like, you have to for me, it's you got to transition those guns that you were going. Well, I get a lot of hockey kids, I get a lot of football kids that made it D1 full ride, didn't make it to the next step. So then I'm like, now it's time. You got to reposition those guns. Everything was on sports. Now it's all business or whatever you're going. Music for
You flipped it. I mean,
Right.
you flipped it. I mean, you're just taking advantage of the situation. You know?
right.
I want to stop right there because that's something that I have cousins and siblings that are also super into sports.
Yeah.
Not necessarily so focused on the school aspect, and I tell them all the time, you have to have a good balance between both, because you can be a great athlete, but the odds of you getting into a great college program to
Right.
put you into a great NBA or
100%.
NFL career, very, very low.
Right.
So
Right.
you need to have a backup plan.
Right.
And at this age, they don't really understand that yet.
Right.
So it's very important. You have kids in your DMs who are just what do I do?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So you have to kind of steer them in the right direction.
Right. And then too with sports sports is a big one. Imagine going from 6 to, for me it was whatever. I liked football. I knew I was so small back then too, and still am. Those kids are monsters. I knew it was just not, I was there to make friends, really. I'd be there with Gatorade and I'd be like, this is great.
He's not a
Everybody wanna
sweat.
get
He's not sweating.
Yeah, exactly. And kids are out here crushing each other. So
He's like, yo.
quick weather check.
Quick weather check. you put it on
Hey,
your
what up, you
forehead.
bad, beautiful bitch? They're
I
like,
saw
get
that
this kid
tackle.
out of
You
here.
fucking Spartan, you. What the
We
fuck
hate
is
him.
Master Chief is over here. What's going on over here? Jesus Christ.
Exactly. So I knew it. I knew at freaking 8th grade I'm not going pro. But yeah, it's to your point. You get. I feel like there's 2 paths there. It's you got I think it was some Spanish war or something. Some guy said burn the boats, and they were
Something like that.
whatever that was. I don't know the full story of that, and I could probably have that totally wrong. It's probably build.
It could be completely wrong.
They
We
could
don't
probably
know.
build more boats. And I'm burn the ones we have. It's it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, you either go all out, but you're right. Having that, kind of realistic moment, being okay, if it doesn't work out, and same for now I'm getting a lot of vets coming home who now don't have a next mission, if you will. They're so, and I'm no psychiatrist or doctor.
You are not a psychiatrist.
Yeah, but you put a smile on people's face, and that's the most important thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But it gets a little weird trying to
know.
give out Dr. Phil S advice when I'm
Be like, dude, I just fucking say whatever. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Whatever gets me hype, I'm kind of just repeating.
have you chugged coffee today? Okay, you have? All right. Well,
Have you
that's-
had your charcutes today?
right. That's all I got on this small scribe here. It's shit.
He's like, my bread is charcuterie, okay? I don't know what you want from me.
What do you want? Exactly.
But I love that. You're like your big thing is like what ditching the plans for charcutes.
Yes, cancel plans for charcutes.
I love
is it.
that.
Yeah, the newest one is we're working glutes for charcutes. Just dumb rhymes that people like freak
But
out
that
about.
people catch on.
Right,
Because they're doing it.
That really
He sent me like a couple of them. He sent me one of them. It was a while ago, but the one recently he sent me was like Sunday's scary, man. It ain't so scary, but you're okay to go. It's not scary to go text your ex-boyfriend, right? Like my man's speaking facts,
Right, though?
My man's speaking facts,
Right? Yeah.
Listen to this guy. He ain't capping. He's straight pee on his motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like he don't give a fuck, bro. Like
Exactly.
that's true. He sent me another one too. Like it was just like. It's when this is my next question. Like,
Yep.
do you think it's easier to make content in the winter versus the summer here in New England?
Ooh.
Because like the shit that he was sending me in the summer was like you were like hot girl summer and like all
Yeah.
this fucking. But like it was weird because the hot girl summer also worked for hot boy summer too.
Right.
So like
Right.
it was mad funny. So my thing is like, is it harder to make content in the winter?
I think the winter for sure. It's like most of my stuff too is so like loud. I can't really do it at like the apartment I'm at, so I gotta like go, So plus it's like to film you need lighting, so it's sun's not up till 7:15. Doesn't go. It
Goes on at 2?
Yeah, legit. I mean, like a tuna fish sandwich. I'm like, really? It's like, it is dark.
We're gonna do this, huh?
Yeah.
we're gonna do this.
So
huh?
your time frame to film is shorter, whereas
Yeah.
like during the summer, like 7:45, it's still light out. You can still make content outside, but I think summer for sure is the
summer.
Kind of a
easy
follow
route.
up to that. You're in Boston making content. You hear content producers out in LA, out
Yep.
in New York, sometimes Miami, kind of all over the place. What's it about Boston that helps motivate you or kind of speaks through your content, your your brand, all that?
I think it's never, ever, ever crossed my mind to go out there. Like, I think there's so much. Like, I'm used to being in a very saturated market. Like, coffee's probably one of the most saturated markets to be in. Like, everyone and their mother either goes to
making
Dunk,
a podcast.
Starbucks.
We're in a
You're in it
saturated
too,
market.
right? You guys know better than I. Yeah, like it's everything's so saturated. For me, I feel like out here there's probably 5, maybe 8 large content creators on TikTok, whereas in LA there's probably 5 to 8 in every like square mile of LA.
Yeah.
So being out here with kind of a limited amount of competitors out here that are kind of taking your spot, if you will.
Eyeballs.
Right. Gives you those views, and then puts you in front of a lot of cool people. Like I had Ryan Serhan over the apartment, just hanging out, filming content. He's I don't know if you watch like $1 Million Listing on Bravo or anything. Yeah. He
You watching Bravo on your free time?
oh, you know me,
get the
crisscross applesauce, just like
The girl watching Bravo on your free time?
it happens to be on the
Cards, he's doing
TV.
dips.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, yo, Hagrid, flip a couple cards to me real quick. You hear what I'm saying?
Ryan's on the screen.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, she walks in. I'm like, "You're home early." I was like, "Wow." Just flip it to NFL. I wasn't watching that stupid show. That's what you think? That'd be weird, man. That's not me.
You got that shit recorded on DVR
Exactly.
in the settings folder.
Sprinting home. Yeah, exactly. But no, I think being on this side, being on the East Coast, like, and especially like even in New York, it's a little crowded too with everyone and their mother. So Boston, yeah, it's like, and we're trying to do some cool stuff too. Like I was telling you before we started, like we're looking to make a brick and mortar for the coffee over on Washington Street, but it's 4,000 square feet. It's huge. So we want to make like a mini Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory meets Dangerously Caffeinated.
Why the Rob Dyrdek Fantasy Factory aspect of it?
So here's what I like about Rob. I don't know if you know this. I watch a ton of Dyrdek content. He has a podcast too called Building with Rob. He's got I didn't know this as a kid watching it. Do you guys watch
Ever seen Robin Big?
Yes. Oh yeah.
yeah.
You guys all watched the Fantasy Factory, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. Every episode of the Fantasy Factory was Rob, top to bottom, doing one of his business ideas in full. So he wanted to start like a blob company where they launch on a blob. So then that was a whole episode. And as a kid, you're watching, just think it's like entertainment left and right.
Yeah.
Each one of those was a business venture, and then the whole thing was filmed as a show and aired on MTV.
Wow.
So I'm like, oof, we're pretty close to a following now. of 1 million plus where we could be the network.
Say that.
We could be
Say that.
right? Yeah.
Say that.
Yeah. So
Say that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not a
That's
bro.
crazy.
Motherfucker say you got close to a follower.
Casual.
You just got a couple.
yeah.
Got a couple of bags on me.
So yeah, we're at a weird point. I'm like, damn, we could be MTV and film the whole thing. But I want to make it a communal space where like everyone could come in, they could film a podcast, do their own show. But then also on top of that, it's the whole thing's a business, and I'm like the Rob, if you will, running around with my head cut off, trying to run an actual coffee cafe as well as managing this like massive content Death Star.
That'd be kind of sick.
Right?
He said Death Star.
Yeah.
It is.
So it's we're like pricing things out right now over on Washington Street to get an actual commercial spot, but it'd be like remember, I was telling you this too before. Remember TRL back in the day on MTV? It was on Times Square. It was like celebrities would go and get interviewed, but then it's on the first floor of Times Square. So people are, imagine if this was in Times Square and this is all glass.
That would be lit.
And
People
your
are watching.
fans are on the other side of this with posters,
That's
and you
lit.
got athletes and rappers coming in, and but it's an actual show, not only on TikTok and YouTube, but also in real life. People can show up.
That's lit.
And then there's so much you can do. Like I want to have, there's no like red carpet, Golden Globes events on the East Coast, especially in Boston. Like everything's in LA.
True.
Like you could do like a, TikToker like Golden Globes red
Yeah, that'd be
carpet
cool.
event where it's a black tie event, and
That'd be sick.
limos are out front. You already own the space, so you can turn that fantasy factory into so many different,
Opportunities.
You're
Right.
thinking.
Yeah.
right.
I know, dude. Ideas flowing.
Right.
Crazy.
I want to get like it's 4,000 square feet, so I want to have like a boxing ring in there. We can do like actual fights, but then actually have like a stage where we could bring
Get Jake Paul in
artists in there, right?
That'd be lit. Like, you're talking that shit, hop in right now.
Yes, exactly. And there's nothing like that around here. Like everything is in LA, so I'm like, whew, if we could do this,
True.
it would be
That'd be
legit.
sick.
Yeah,
I love that. We'd support you.
dude. Yeah, I was gonna say if that happens, you guys free hall pass can come in whenever you'd like.
We'd support that. We come out here, boom, put that shit on the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be lit.
100%.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so
That's
the
got me
goal.
thinking of some crazy ideas.
I know,
I'm
I'm
just
already
saying,
like,
I'm absorbing
going.
this shit. I'm like, damn, this is kind of crazy. That shit, I mean,
There's so much the more you sit on it too, like I'll stay up till like, I love my sleep, but dude, I'll stay up till like 2, 3 a.m. with these, like,
creatives don't sleep.
right.
We don't
Oh
sleep.
man.
Yeah,
We
we
don't
don't get
sleep.
dangerously caffeinated.
Some
eating
like
beans.
something like that. Well, I got 400 milligram edibles still at the crib. But we went when we had Josh Schuback on. I asked him like, why are creators like that? Why
Yeah.
do like they stay up? Oh, God, so fucking hot in this room. And like why like not because you're here because it's fucking hot as shit. But I'm saying, why do creatives like us, like, why do they stay up so fucking late? Like, and he's like, well, think about it. Why do rappers go in the studio so late? It's because during the day, they got to do all their hoopla dupla bullshit,
Right,
right?
right.
But at night, from like 1 or midnight to like 5 o'clock in the morning, everyone's sleeping.
Right.
There's no distraction.
Right,
There's no
exactly.
media stuff on your TikTok. You
Exactly.
probably get the least amount
Right.
from that time.
Phone's pretty
So
dead.
that's when you can lock in
Yep.
and fucking pump out the content.
100%.
I can't edit a video during the day. I got like 500 FaceTimes coming
Right.
in. You know what I mean? Like fucking millions of people talking to me.
Exactly.
You know?
I think that's exactly it.
It's just my mom 100 times. You know what I mean? So like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Also, I work a full-time job too.
Right,
So there's
right.
that. But honestly, yeah,
That's like how you get it done too. It's like you can't merge the 9 to 5 with your side hustle. So you do your side hustle outside the 9 to 5 up until the side hustle.
What do you say?
You milk your 9 to 5 to fund your 5 to 9.
Ooh.
We not milking it though. I love my job. Okay, but I love my job too. I do love my job.
Tomorrow they're like, fire.
Actually, speaking of that, I just got President's Club at my job.
Oh, let's go.
Dude, I'm going to
Fuck yeah.
Playa Mujeres, which is 45 minutes
God
north of
bless you.
Cancun.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
in,
shit.
in March, so
God
I'm
bless
fucking
you.
excited.
So you've been milking hard.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
going to be
fucking milking the others on that bitch.
They're like, is that
milking
guy
hard.
running a dairy farm over there? Oh my God. Jesus.
Yo, you're on Cameo.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? That's kind of
That's
fucking
cool.
big, low key.
Dude, so that was from my comment section. Like everything I've done is from. I wish I could have come up with half the stuff I put out. A lot of it's come out from the audience. So they were like, dude, why? I was sending people DMs for free on videos. People would be like, hey, it's my birthday, wedding anniversary, first day, new job, kind of nervous. So I was sending videos left and right all day. Wow.
But you need to do that in the beginning.
Exactly.
You need to do that in the
exactly.
beginning.
And then I started getting people being like, dude, you shouldn't give these away for free. You could get on Cameo. Yeah. And then it's you got to have like a meeting with Cameo to see if you qualify, and then you're on from there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So
But like people understand too. It's just like it's not that we randomly one day switch up and like, yo, we're gonna start charging for this content. It's because people are telling us like, this is your valuable skill trait. This is like the
Right.
one thing God is giving you, whatever. You know what I mean? Like you like if you're a good salesman, like don't do your shit for free. Don't do work
Yeah,
for
when
free.
you're good at something, never do it for free.
That's what he says. You know what I mean? So like I mean, technically it's true. You know
Right,
what I mean? And
right.
you were sending them for free.
Totally,
100%.
And I get in trouble with this all the time saying it, but I'll still do. We're doing a wedding speech next October for just 2 fans, just to as the bridal and groom party come out. You know, how like the DJ like they do the little dance. Yeah. I'm gonna intro them as they come out, and that's for free. That's just me, like, because for me, it's like I'm very much like a regular dude, and I know I got this, this limelight for like a second, so I still like, there's no.
You're aware,
right? I'm not, a bride and groom come to you and they're like, hey, we would die if you could introduce the wedding party. I'm like, done,
bro. Why would like that's so true? It's like a lot of these people out here, especially in LA and New York, they think they're like they got the 15 minutes of fame and they think they're above everyone else,
right?
And like,
right.
bro, like. You could be off the face of the earth like Blueface or like any of these rappers, you know what I mean? Like, dude, like, be appreciative. You're nothing without your fans. You're nothing
100%.
without the people that put you on. You know what I mean?
I meet, we went to New York a couple weeks ago. I meet TikTokers out there that you were, me not knowing their following, you would think they're like Beyonce or Jay-Z. Just because and they might have 100,000 followers, 600,000 followers, and they're like, they're asking
They think they're so fucking big.
Yeah, the waitress if we can get this comped because they'll take a picture, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm like, what are you doing?
Bro, if they, my rule of thumb is if they don't really nine times out of 10, sometimes it's okay to ask, but if they don't offer, don't ask.
100%.
And if you asking, you broke. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
bro, like just pay the fucking bill. What are you broke? You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, if they want to give it to you, trust me, they'll give it to
Right.
you. You know what I mean? But don't stress it. Don't flip it like that.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's that, like, I hate that. That's the one thing that like kills me with content is you get this like little bit of fame, and then people
stereotype too. I bet.
Right.
Once you're in it, once you're in it though, you can't really leave it.
100%.
So I realized I was starting to I think I was talking to my cousin about it. And I was like, bro, once a podcast pops off, once a brand pops off, once a person pops off, whether it happens overnight or slowly over time, that's it. You're in it. You're on YouTube. That's it. You're done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether it's seen now or 50 years from now, you're on it.
Yep.
Do the craziest, what is it? There's this crazy, like any viral video, you know what I mean? Like the craziest prank videos or whatever. The dude puts the fucking remote in his ass. You know what I mean? That shit
seen that one, I guess.
from
What
Waffle.
website is that on?
Yeah.
Is that
It's a legit. It's legit.
Yeah, but it went viral, right? Like everybody here's seen it.
No, it's from Waffle Pone. It's from Waffle Pone. It's on YouTube. But like that video was like shot like 10 years ago. It's one of the most viewed
I see what you're saying.
prank
Still
shows
out and about.
on fucking YouTube.
Yep.
And that dude is like fucking 30 years old now.
Yep.
And he has to watch that shit every day.
Like Rebecca Black Friday.
Like Rebecca Black Friday. She's completely different as a person.
right?
now.
100%.
And if you look at that fucking comment section,
Yeah, you're right. You're
she's getting
in it.
destroyed, bro.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yep.
To this day. So like, be careful. Once you win it, that's it.
Yep. That's why my favorite human on earth right now, this might throw people off, Lil Wayne.
Sorry, Hagrid.
Because he, I was thinking about this. Because he never gave a fuck,
Dude.
Because he never.
Thank you.
He didn't shit. No one. He didn't give a fuck if he put out a punk rap album. He didn't care if he was skateboarding. He didn't give a fuck if he had the auto tune. He didn't give a fuck.
Yes.
And I shitted on him too.
Yep.
He didn't give a fuck.
Dude, that's why I love that guy. So it's funny. This is like a fun fact. That's the only artist I ever listened to. Whole phone, Lil Wayne. For that exact reason.
Mixtape after mixtape, but the mixtape.
Yeah,
don't
his
care.
ability to just be like, yeah, you know what? Like, so there. I feel like there's something with products in general, like whatever you're selling, whether it's like a product or a service. And this is kind of like a Gary Vee line. You can come. This product could be hot right now, or you could jump into the future. A lot of people are getting into like metaverse,
crypto,
right,
NFTs,
right, and it may get the market being us, like people that are going to actually buy it, may follow that trend, so you can get ahead of it. Like I feel like Wayne just never, he didn't care where the market went, he was going to do.
He made the market.
I mean,
and he made the market. That's
no
the
shit.
big
Drake,
yes,
Nicki,
right,
Tyga, you made the market,
right?
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, and to the sense of like he didn't care.
Right.
He heard Drake. It's like he probably heard a lot of other people. He's like, nah, something about this guy. I fuck with him a lot.
Right.
Old Kanye was like that too.
You know, with Jay-Z and Kanye. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I fuck with this guy. I'm gonna do it. You know, I think it was more like this guy has talent, But like kind of Rock was saying with G Nib is like you gotta support the people that you want to put on. Look at Young Thug, he put on Lil Baby and Gunna. You know what I mean? Like it could have been any one of his friends, to be honest. If you were being really frank, it could probably be anyone. You know what I mean? But if you have the backing and the support, you can become anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Really, to be honest, you know what I mean? You could
100%.
At least I feel.
Yeah.
And that's how it was with Lil Wayne.
Exactly.
Look at Cash Money above that with
Yep.
Birdman. He put Lil Wayne on it, and Lil Wayne was like 13 when he first started rapping.
Right. Exactly.
He didn't give a fuck if he was 13. He was like,
Right.
oh, something about him. At least I like him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
I feel you. What you got, Barbara?
Birdman kiss him on the lips.
So did Tom Brady kiss his son on the lips?
That is true. That is true.
I guess you got a kiss on the lips.
That's a good point. That is.
I mean, hey, call us spade a spade. Bro.
You know?
I might have to give you a little smooch. You know what I mean? So, if that's what it takes to pop off, we ready.
We have to edit that part out.
We ain't editing shit.
That's on there forever.
That's on the internet forever. Your mama's gonna see that.
Your
She
kids
gonna-
might see
Kids
that.
are gonna see
She
that.
can't call me on
Yep.
Messenger when this fucking
She'd be
comes
like,
out.
hey,
What's that
yo,
about?
what's going on, bro? Have you I was gonna say you haven't heard like the whole Bing Bong movement, huh?
Oh, no, I
S3E1?
have. I've been hearing that.
Yo, you gonna capitalize on that? What's going on?
I did. I put a video out a while ago that I'll jump into trends every now and then, but it's for me it's so out of character. Like it's just I could feel if I'm making a video and I can feel it's because the market is where it's at right now. I'm like, that's when I start thinking about Wayne again. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I'm starting to do the cheap stuff to get the cheap
Hey
views.
man,
and it's like,
I feel. I mean, a couple of things. Like I be going outside, I go to, like the Harp, or I live across the street from the Harp and shit like that, and like
Yep.
Hurricane. Hear kids going like Bing Bong, Bing Bong, Bing Bong. I'm
Right.
like, yo, that's just started from Side Talk NYC in New York. You know
Right.
what I mean? And now it's over here because like, one video popped off on TikTok.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What's your take on like TikTok with that type of shit? Like the growth. You know, like
Dude.
like something that's small. Like, does it last forever? Like, what's your in general like opinion of the platform in general?
People bitch and moan about TikTok all day. If this was like 1930s, you'd have to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get on a billboard or print in a paper.
wild, yeah.
It's a free app where you can get mad. That guy in New York put out a video for free with like a lav mic and his phone. Cost him probably $3 for all that equipment. Put it out, and then it went mega viral. I mean, the free reach you have as TikTok, you literally have to pay multi millions back in the day to get the same reach. Now it's like you post a video in your living room. The next morning you wake up with 5,000, 10,000 new followers for free.
You were on the news.
Exactly right.
How'd you feel about being on the news,
Dude, and that was the same thing. Like anything I've connected with has been just free reach from TikTok. Like getting on the news. They just same as probably you. Like they saw the TikToks, maybe saw one or two, and then kind of dove deep.
It takes one person to see some shit.
Exactly.
Some guy at the news station was like, yo, "This shit kind of funny." Bro. You
So
know what I mean?
they saw mine. They saw Fia. Shout out Fia. She's another talent in Boston as well. And then they actually made their own spin-off of TikTokers in Boston just from the two of our accounts.
Really?
So it's like, it just starts. You're exactly right. They see one video, and it's like,
Yo, somebody's got to provide this motherfucking content. Okay? Someone's got to provide this shit. I got a lot of friends that are getting married, engaged, want to have kids. I'm 25. I just turned 25.
Yep.
And like, I'm like, yo, hold on. Let's chill out for a
Right,
sec.
right.
Man, like, get your fucking pockets up first.
Right,
Get your
right.
bag up first. You out here talking about kids. You can't even wipe your own ass.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you doing? You know what I mean?
You're
and
texting your ex on
You're
Sunday.
texting your ex on Sunday. Like, what you doing out
Crime
here?
in
You know
most
what I mean?
states.
A crime.
Yeah,
You know
damn
what I mean?
crime.
And you out here talking about all this shit. I'm like, get a bag up. Get your credit score up. Don't talk
Exactly.
to me unless you got that 750 on deck. You know what I mean?
especially nowadays, it's never been easier to make money than right now.
Fuck yeah.
Brands are just throwing cash at influencers right now.
Bro,
It's
I mean, because you
crazy.
think about people are gonna you think about like the Call Her Daddy podcast, the Joe Budden podcast, even the Joe Rogan podcast. Like these people are gonna get tired of this. Dave Ramsey podcast. Like you think about some of these people and like, they're gonna get tired of this shit.
Yeah.
People are gonna get old and not gonna want to do it, and there's just gonna always be new talent. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like
100%.
And like and no diss to the people that are getting married. If you're happy in your life, that's fucking great. But like those people that are our close friends. Bro, they want to see a picture of us in Miami popping off with a couple bottles, bro, because that shit gives them life.
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
So-
That's
Right.
a fact. Go ahead.
I have a question. So you just made a good point. Like so easy to make cash now.
Yeah.
Brands are throwing money at anybody who's making, getting those eyeballs like you are.
Right.
But you went out there and just said you want to make your own brand with Dangerously Caffeinated.
Right.
Kind of why did you choose that path?
I did both. So
Okay.
I got the first thing I did is I got a manager. Her name's Georgina. So she's
Shout out Georgina.
Yeah, Georgina's this little blonde who will kick in any door of any company and negotiate on your behalf to get you the best deal possible. Like,
Lord.
yeah, she is.
I got this guy.
Yes, she's a beast. So
he milks.
Yeah,
Hey, he fucking
the dairy farmer.
I don't know.
Dairy farmer.
Hey,
the shepherd.
that little that's gonna be a gift. That's gonna be a gift.
Put on Brian's Twitch.
Questionable motion right there.
Yeah. That's gonna be I'm
Proceed
taking that
with caution.
Graham's
That
gonna
was-
love that one. Yeah. We did a Vita Coco.
Give him the soundbite. Oh, it's so creamy.
Oh, come on, bro.
Oh.
We did we reviewed Vita Coco sent us out, so
Oh,
coconut
yeah.
water.
Yep.
And there was a part where we're like, we had the press and the regular version, and we tried the press, and he's just like, ooh, this is coming out.
Yep.
He's like, damn, this is creamy as oh my lord. And then everyone
was milky.
We dropped it, and then like everyone in our group chats were like, I need like a soundbite of like from that to that. You know what I mean? That shit was so sus, but I love it. I love that
Yeah.
for
That's
us,
fucking
when we
awesome.
put out content, we don't care if it's fucking sus. We don't care if it's it's fun. Like people ask us like, what type of content we do? We do anything we want.
Right.
Like there's no like
No filter.
We have like our pillars. But like, there's no filter. We do what we want, and like, it is what it is. But I don't want to take away from. Go ahead, Georgina.
No, it's
Georgina.
Yeah, I did a mix of both. So I do brand deals to this day. Like that.
Okay.
That brand deals are a good way to just
Get cash.
They look at your analytics. They say, okay, you're worth X amount per video. And then, like Georgina's been able to kick in the door for like Celsius, Abercrombie, Eat to Evolve. Yeah, just like these cool. And so like to your point, like they send you product that you get for free now and you get paid for putting out the content.
That's great.
But then I said back to that, your first thing, like I think brand deals are great. I think this whole thing, can you pass this down to kids, like to your kids, like to your generational wealth? Yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, we need to put a brand together. Like, how can I build something that will be 100-year company? And Dangerously Caffeinated might not be a 100-year company for coffee. Yeah. Dangerously Caffeinated Studios, back to that like Fantasy Factory, could be that 100-year company. Yeah. Dangerously Caffeinated Real Estate could be that. Like there's always there's always an avenue. So I like things that I like. I'm like a control freak too. So I like to be in all aspects of wherever my name is going. I like to be in all aspects of that. So that's where the coffee is like. I created the bag, the stickers, the actual blend.
bag.
Do you drink your own coffee?
I do. Oh yeah, yeah.
Is that in there right now?
No, this is Celsius. Plug to Celsius.
Hey,
I'm sitting on like pallets of like Celsius, and so I do both. I do,
Cool.
Especially starting off with like your own product, like. It takes massive amount of inventory for not only the coffee but the bags, and you guys know with shipping. Shipping's where companies like get killed potentially with boxes, bubble wrap, and then where we actually live. So the money from pretty much everything I make from TikTok goes to one account. Same with coffee. So
Cool.
I dabble with both. I'm not against brand deals by any means. I love them. But it's like I want something that like I like looking at that.
Yours.
Yeah, I keep looking at it because I'm like that.
That's where the real money's at.
Right, exactly, exactly.
But like, do you feel like you got to move different? Now you're in the industry now. You got to walk different. You got to like portray yourself not different, but you know what I'm saying. Like you can't go on a podcast and say some crazy shit like too crazy,
right?
Because you got some shit tied up or in the future working on. Do you feel like that's true?
I haven't hit that level yet. Like even preparing like for this, there was no prep. Like. And
I hope there was no prep.
And that's
a vibe,
right? And I checked
vibe.
out. Well, I check out like anytime I go on a show, I'll check it out. And for me, I know it's my authentic self. Imagine like the stress if you created some persona or character that wasn't actually you. Yeah, I'd be like doing sound bites of myself before to make sure I sound the same. And like so for you guys like coming on today, I was like, oh, this like I just be me. That's who I am online. There's no difference in me from social media to when you actually meet me out and about. Like.
That's you.
I feel like that's where people get burnout. Like when it's not you, then you're like, oh my God, every day I got to keep this energy up. And for me, that's just it.
What you're seeing is that's it. What you see
that's
is what you
it.
get. When you see this fat piece of shit, that is what you get in real life. There is no fucking difference. That is it. There's the vulgarness is how it is. Except, I'm chilling with the shorties' moms and dads. You know what I mean? You gotta keep it PG. You know what I mean?
That's fucking
What I be
awesome.
doing, I be in the metaverse in the VR chat
Are you?
with my little cousins and brothers. I don't give a fuck. I'll be in there going crazy. You know what I mean? But like, I feel you. Like, I feel that's very important to make sure you know who you are and get that good. And you want to have a good image as well too.
Exactly.
Because you're helping people out here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly
There
it.
are some people like, I don't know, the fresh and fit dudes love them, but like that's tough to keep that shit up in real life.
1000%.
Do you want?
Dude,
They out here kicking out Asian doll and shit like that. Like,
if you're gonna go, especially if you're gonna go and be like your own brand, be your own personal brand, you have to be yourself, especially on the internet. I feel like you probably know people now you can sniff out, and you're like, they're really forcing the the content or like
be like, I hate when I go out, bro, and a girl be taking like 100 snaps and like, I need this, I need that. She's going like this, and like, I'm like, bro, like, just stop. Just chill out. Okay, a couple snaps in if you need to.
Right.
But let's just be ourselves and be here. And
Right.
like, a lot of people just
Exactly.
be fake as fuck as you get older. I'm like, I feel like as the older you get, you're becoming more fake because you're becoming more insecure.
Right.
You don't believe in yourself.
Right. I feel like you gotta. I feel like this is like concrete. You got a blueprint of how you think your life should go at a certain age. I'm 25. I'm 26. You're 25, and you got an idea of where you want your life to be, and then you got reality. And I feel like the closer those two are congruently is where you're the happiest. But then the moment those start to part ways, whether that's D1 athletes that didn't get there, and their reality is unemployed and not, you know what I mean? It's like the closer you can make that blueprint to what's actually happening, sky's the limit. Like the happier you are.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, as long as you're happy, like I wouldn't do this shit if we weren't happy. You wouldn't do this shit if you weren't happy.
Exactly.
You gotta, at least I hope so. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, you gotta be happy doing this shit. You gotta have fun.
Right.
The fact that we were able to create a brand, he put me on to you.
Right.
And we're able to all sit in a room together like this.
Love that.
It's bananas. It's bananas cakes. And like, I can't believe, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit blows my out of my mind.
100%.
When he sent me that video of you last summer, I would have never thought in my life I would be sitting down cross like this. You know, like that shit to me is insane. So don't
And
ever
then
stop.
we saw him, and like a couple months later, I was like, "Oh, you should DM Cooney. See if he'll come on."
Because I live at the Hub 50.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're
And
right
so-
across the
So
street.
that's what I'm saying. So Bodega.
Yep.
I love Bodega.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
So like
Yep.
I be going there and shit like that, and it's a vibe. So
Yep.
don't ever stop believing in your dreams.
Exactly.
Don't ever stop believing. So what would you say to someone right now who is, a young, or maybe people our age too, just like want to be successful, or maybe just want to do something like in their like creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they're struggling doing it.
I got one that I started with that just made me super happy. So when I graduated college, I had $60K of student loan debt. I was like, I couldn't even think straight because I had so much, like, at least in my mind, so much debt.
Do you think Biden's gonna cancel 10K?
No.
No. If you expect
That was a quick no.
if you expect anything at all, you're gonna be disappointed. If he gives it to you, great. If not, just fucking.
I mean, even just think about it from a business perspective. Like, he cancels. What's his proposal now? 10K? Is that what's happening?
10K, yeah.
So then someone's got to pay the college. So who pays the college?
they getting their bread.
The government?
But like with the debt deficit, what do? They just start printing more money to pay that college. And then what happens when you print more money? We saw that in the first depression.
Oh yeah.
The money they were burning their dollar bills to keep them warm because it wasn't worth the bread that you could buy with it.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You
You
wipe
know
your
what I
butt for cheaper.
But
But
you've been telling. Go ahead.
Here's a practical way to. So here's the first thing. Here's the first thing that if you're in a bad place and you want to start out on your own, maybe you hate your 9-to-5 or you want to get into content, but as we all know, content doesn't pay you for at least the first year, right? And maybe some are lucky and fall into something big.
We made some bread off after the first year. We made bread off the merch.
Yeah, see, there we
We
go.
weren't making anything before.
Right. And, but so like to survive, most businesses, most companies, most startups don't survive past a year. That's like the big mile marker. Here's my this is what I do to this day. I literally search free on Facebook Marketplace and I pick things up for free and then I resell them back onto Facebook Marketplace and offer up. You want to hear how crazy this is?
Me? That's like so basic.
You wanna hear-
fundamentally like easy.
Dude, that's what people go like, oh, I'm going to be crypto, metaverse. I'm like, bro, if you search, I paid off $60K of student loan debt in 2 years, all from selling fucking sofas. that I
Oh, I
find for
did
free.
see
wait,
you
you were that guy at Toast.
Yes.
You
exact-
motherfucker, I heard about you.
Yes. Dude, and I used to tell everyone
for you,
because
man.
everyone's like, oh, I'm drowning in it. I feel like if you're debt free, I mean, I heard you mention Dave Ramsey earlier. Like, if you're debt free,
Financial freedom.
you owe no one anything, but then you could do anything you want. And then if you're like, oh, I got rent to pay this month and it's X amount of dollars. Cool, I'm flipping X amount of things till I reach my rent, gas, insurance, and I'm good. Now I don't even need a regular 9 to 5. And to get self-insurance, everyone's like, oh, I can't leave my job because of the insurance. Like to get self-insured for $500-$800 a month, cool, that's 2, 3, 4 couches. And then people are like, oh, I don't have a truck. Like I got a couple storage units, I keep everything in. Like I do a couch a day. Yeah. You can start small. Like people are giving away like free equipment. People are giving away free baby toys. You know, the killer is baby strollers. Everyone has kids, and all those kids grow up. So then where do those strollers go? They give them. If you search free baby strollers right now, you'll get thousands of results. And every mother needs a stroller, and they go for like $60 a pop.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
Ideas, bro.
So basically, hustle.
Isn't it? But it's nowadays. It's with your cell phone, you can make unlimited cash. Whether that's like I hear people now talking about, and it's way over my head. So, but people talking about like the metaverse, and people will and are making huge money in the metaverse. But if you have rent to pay this month and don't have time to get a fucking Oculus set up and all this shit, search free on Facebook Marketplace, just free, and just see what pops up.
And make a bag.
Right.
If you out here worried about the metaverse, NFTs, and all that shit, and you can't pay your fucking rent, if you still in student loans, if you're fucking your net worth is negative, don't fucking get into it.
Right.
Don't, when you're ready, hop in.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Right.
don't gotta go crazy with it. You know what I mean? Small steps to get that. You know what I mean? Like these motherfuckers.
There's always gonna be something new.
They're
too.
always, not pressuring me, but like always talking about the stock market. Yo, hop in. I'm like,
right.
I can't hop in if I can't fucking buy soap. Okay,
Right.
like I can't. What the fuck you want me to do?
Right.
Like I can't pay my fucking. I'm having difficulties paying for my groceries.
Exactly.
Like what the fuck is that? Like an NFT, bro? Like that's a fucking PDF, PNG file, bro. Like what do you want
Right.
from me? You don't even know how that works. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm not saying it's not because I'm in the metaverse and I understand what an NFT is and I understand that. Obviously, I'm into tech, but like a lot of people just get into it because it's a craze.
Dude, you
You know
follow
what I
those
mean?
trends. And
Look at
It's like-
Dogecoin. Yeah,
It's
all that stuff.
it's like, bro, like you don't even know how to work your fucking phone. You know what I mean?
NFT broke buying those turns into like NFT to like no food today. You know what I mean?
Today.
without actual cash. It's like
No, I feel you, but like that's when you see all the rappers doing it and everyone doing it and shit like that, it's like you want to do it too.
exactly.
And it's like, bro, like not everything you see on social media and everything is like 100%. Like I get to a point even doing just this, like I see people behind the scenes and I'm like, bro, you're just so fake, bro.
100%.
Like, bro, holy fuck, dude.
Especially crypto, you see everyone and their mother has like a crypto guy, and you can almost sniff out like when they talk. If you ask a second
Forex exchange. Or
yeah,
whatever,
if you ask like a second or third dairy question, like it's the
Yeah,
facts
they
start
start
to
like,
to,
yeah,
like,
well, I don't really know. You know
Right.
what I mean? Or yeah, I'm like, bro,
Right.
get the shit up.
And if it depends on what if most people's goals aren't even to get into that. I bet if we asked a lot of people right now, if we went on the street, we're like, what are your goals? They'd probably be like, be debt free, work for myself, be financially stable. You don't need now NFTs and all that can get you there, sure, but like, what's a practical way today we can start to make money?
Yeah,
With-
going on the Facebook,
right.
Yeah.
It's like exactly. It's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. That's what you gotta do, man. He's realistic and he's logical. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's not out here being like, yep, just go be a rapper. Go out, hop in a stew and just
Dump.
drop a crazy verse. You'll be
Right.
straight.
And even for studio time, like Eminem was a janitor. Like you could now in your car, Facebook Marketplace, no one's got to know about it, right? You make $200, $300, $400 a weekend. That'll pay for some serious studio time, right? And then you rinse and repeat. Now it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
So you're basically saying if you want it that bad, you can go get it.
Right.
Yeah.
What Kevin Cooney's saying is like, yo, if you want it, go get it.
get it.
Stop being fucking lazy. Tell him.
Get out there, you bad, beautiful bitches. You good God, we can't always just cancel plans for charcutes, you broke bitch. Okay? God, We're searching free, okay? If it's free, it's for me. Turning trash into cash out there. Good God.
Damn, come on,
off the
man.
dome. I love
Off
it.
the dome, bro. You gotta do the introduction on my wedding too, man.
I'm done. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm there.
We'll get you all lit up and shit like
I'm
that.
in.
And then Mike will be the DJ. That's great, man. What do you think about okay, so with the Facebook marketplace, this might be a little crazy, but what do you think about OnlyFans?
Dude, I'm a fan of it, to be honest with you. And here's why. Not even on the naked stuff. OnlyFans is the best. So picture this. This is what blows my face off. Subscription-based content might be the easiest passive income ever.
Patreon.
Get this. And here's some I know this. She's an influencer, fitness influencer in Boston. She does these online classes, right? It's $25 a month to join. She has 2,500 subscribers.
Jesus.
Just run the quick. I'm horrible at math. What's 2,500 times 25 a month?
You're the math guy. But listen, while he's doing the in the back, but dude, I was telling him too. You don't need hundreds and thousands of followers. You don't.
No,
You
exactly.
need your core fans that are gonna fucking support you.
Right.
Bro, we sold 26 hoodies, made a couple bands. Like that shit is
Right.
nice.
Right.
I made a couple bands doing this shit.
Right.
Come on, bro.
Exactly.
I put my finger in my ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude. Like this shit is like shit that we do. Granted, we do put money into, obviously.
Right.
But like.
Right.
I would have never thought we made money off this shit. So, like, to your point with the OnlyFans, for the past, it's great passive income because it's your core fans. It's the
Exactly.
people, the 10, 20, 30, 40, 20, 30 viewers that you're going to get. They're going to fucking give you $20, $30, $40 to
Right.
see you put out content.
Right.
Focus on them and then grow from that
Right.
point. So, yeah.
And I got
it's
like
a lot of money.
I know fitness influencers on OnlyFans, not for the like porno shit, for like hey,
There's other shit there, too.
you can subscribe. I see. You know what's a big one now is behind the scenes of any industry, tech.
Oh, that's really cool.
Content. So
I see sneakers.
Right.
Sneakers.
Sneakers, like any subscription-based business. And I think OnlyFans is like probably the best well-known platform.
Yeah.
I think imagine that. Imagine small numbers. Imagine like you're selling a service online, which is, behind the scenes of how to start a podcast, hypothetically.
Mm-hmm.
It costs $10 a month. Just lowball it. Let's say you got 100 people that subscribe to a month. That's $1,000 every month, and you've done, you've made a couple videos.
You could
a
do
month.
behind
half your rent, right?
You could
Right.
do behind the scenes at Real Relate. Whatever.
Right,
The shit
exactly.
that we already have, just cut it with the leftover shit that the normal people don't want to watch.
Right.
Throw it behind OnlyFans or Patreon or whatever and be like, yo, this is the behind the scenes exclusive shit. And it really what it is just like extra shit from the podcast.
Yeah.
That we just don't normally throw up. Some people will pay for that.
Even like me looking at this board right now, one video of you being like, hey, this is whatever
how it
this
works.
board's called.
Oh, yeah.
This is what it can do. X, Y, and Z.
Most people don't
You know
want to
what I
watch
mean?
that, but the fans that are like,
Right.
yo, damn, what's this book over here? Like, what the fuck
Right.
is this? Like,
Right.
oh, you guys want to see that? Cool, okay. We're not selling feet pics, right? But like, you get the point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's great, man. So I wanted to end it up. Well, two last ones because we're
Yeah,
coming about an
100%.
hour here.
Yeah.
I'll be time sensitive. But however, tell us from the moment you kind of popped off. Oh, and also I forgot to shout out Jared Magazine from the Normal Guy Lazy Eye podcast. He had you on
Legend.
a while ago.
Yes.
I was talking to him. He's like,
Good dude.
He's like, fuck, I got him right before he popped off.
It's so true.
You know, he's like, son of a bitch. And I was like, that's your homie though. You know
Yep.
what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
That's your guy. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I was gonna say from that time to really now, what is the craziest fucking story you've had so far? Like the craziest shit that's happened to you, like via this whole TikTok superstar, megastar shit. What is like the crazy shit to this day that still gets you like, damn, that shit kind of like shook me up.
We were walking outside of Brico. It's this little restaurant.
I just took my grandparents.
Oh,
then.
dude, one of my favorite spots.
One of my favorite.
We're walking outside of Brico. It's Ashley and I. We're walking out, and this is early. This is like maybe year and a half. So I'm like, and now I'm going out. I've never ever been recognized at this point yet. These three women, older women, come up, and two have smiles on. One is bawling her eyes out, and I'm like,
Like crying or laughter.
I was like, did we date? I'm not sure if, yeah. And I'm hand
Charcutes?
in hand with Ashley, and I'm like, oh my God. I was like,
Get the fuck out of here.
I was like, wow. I was like, we were in a. So they come up. Two are smiling because the one in the middle, who's bawling her eyes out, went in a divorce. The husband cheated, kicked her out of the house, took the dog, You know, and now she was living in her car at the time. She used to park over in Cambridge. She used to then switch from parking in Cambridge to Somerville, that Home Depot lot, because you can park there for free overnight. And she's like, when I get my cell phone charged, which is about every other day, I go to your videos and they just give me that spark to stay alive. She was suicidal, was her big thing. And now to see her, she's out with her 2 friends, all dolled up, all cute, clucking around Hanover Street.
And you had no idea.
I had no, I reek of calamari, thinking I'm about to go to bed with no, So that was the first moment where I was like, what you say on camera. For me, I put it up because I used to give them to myself. I used to like pump myself up in the car before going to the gym. Dumb stuff. And then putting it out to like the masses, having them respond that way is like, I get goosebumps just like reliving that moment. And it's happened, it's copied and pasted, so many times from them. But that was the first like, whoa, this shit.
That's making a difference. Yeah.
Right.
I would be shook.
That was I like sat down. I was like, we went to Cafe Paradiso right next door after. I'm sitting there not talking, and my girlfriend's there. And she's like, "You okay?" And I was like at such a loss for words. I was like
processing it.
Yeah, I was like, because for me, I was like my video. I'm rhyming glutes with charcutes. Like at the like I'm not
Dr. Seuss or anything. But.
Yeah, I'm not Tony Robbins out here, But for her to have that impact, for her to go from steps away from suicide to then like just seeing her all dolled up, having fun with her friends was like, whoa.
It's the little things.
Right. And let's play that out the reverse. She, let's say, commits Susie, right? You wouldn't even know. You would have no knowledge that, at least in our lives, like we all didn't know her, right?
Yeah.
But to see that, like, what you put out on the internet can,
Now you're a good guy.
Affect somebody's day.
right, which was like, whew.
As long as you keep that message and you keep that type of energy in your heart, you'll be successful.
Right, exactly.
And like I'll be talking to this. I don't know if I want to say this, but I'll be
edit it out.
we don't edit. We ain't gonna edit it out. But I'll be talking to this one girl, and she'd be like, I'm moving to Miami, and she gonna be tight when she hear this definitely. But she'd be like, yeah, I'm talking to her, and she's doing her thing, and she's like, the way I talk to you right now, a lot of girls are gonna be like that, when I move down to Miami. And I said, if you ever think I'm gonna change for like anybody,
right,
you can, politely, respectfully suck my dick.
Right. I knew it was going there.
Yeah, I was just like, I didn't say that, sir.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I didn't say that.
Right.
But basically, like, I was like, bro, I'm never gonna change. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, the way I am right now, whether I'm in Miami, LA, New York, wherever Real Relay goes, like, wherever you go, we're going to always support you, but, like, we're going to always stay the same.
100%.
If you change for any stupid reason, you can move different when you're in the industry. It's different.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, changing as a person, I'm always going to be that humble, generous
Right.
dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I was raised.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you think I'm going to change for some stupid Instagram model or,
Miami do.
I was gonna say, there's none of those in Miami.
I'm gonna try my hardest.
That is
I'm gonna try my hardest.
That is a voluptuous place.
I know. The Cubans go crazy, but no, we actually going to Miami in like 2 weeks.
Hell yeah, nice.
First weekend of February, we're gonna be there.
Yep.
And obviously, I'm gonna take it there. But yeah, what I'm trying to say, land the plane, is essentially like, you can still be yourself and be super successful.
100%.
You can still be yourself and be super successful.
100%.
Like, even like, I'm pretty sure
You
your
make the
family,
market.
You gotta make that market. Like Lil Wayne, he didn't give a fuck. That's
why I love
you saw
that
his
guy.
You see his deposition?
Yeah. Oh,
You know
yes.
what I mean? Like,
the Carter documentaries, I watch that every day.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit is crazy. Oh, I did want to ask you real quick about, you did an event with Dope Entertainment recently, I think, for all the TikTokers. You guys all went to like, how was that?
Look, dude, so that's another perfect example. Like, it was fun. That was a cool event. That was our first like club event.
You a club guy?
I used
Club
to be.
guy or pub guy?
Used to be.
Your girl's watching. She gonna answer them.
Now I'm big time. Like, you'll find me probably every Friday night at like Loco Lincoln.
Okay.
I got a couple buddies that like bounce down there, so it's just like an easy place to like slip in and like hang out.
Yeah.
But from that night, that kind of gave the juices back to the club. That's
because you could say you're gonna be in Miami soon. So
right.
I mean,
so
you go down to 11 or Story down there or whatever.
See, or
Club Live.
Wayne's there on Sundays. Rumor has it. So
Sundays, was it Live on a Sunday, bro?
Live on Sunday, diamonds on Monday is what he said.
See, I didn't even know that one. You're real regular.
Yeah, yeah. was a time I was like, I could probably pull off a face tat. No, Mom, I could probably get something here, maybe just a little something.
That's crazy, man. But listen, hold on. Before we go crazy, man, we appreciate having you.
Yes,
I want to
thank
say
you.
two last things. One, a quick one-liner, a little phrase for just all creatives out there.
Yep.
What's your advice to throw positivity out into the world?
Yeah, I would lead with empathy in everything you do, whether that's going out to dinner, meeting new people. Never let that ego expand, even when you're at 1 follower or 1 million+ followers. It's lead with empathy, and that's what's going to take you to the end zone.
And could we ask for a free cameo, real relay little
1000%.
thing, right? I want it right now. Though.
Yes.
I want what kind of?
Live.
I'll give you 2 minutes if you need it, but I want you to think of something crazy to say right now because it's just this is the end right here.
Good morning, you bad, beautiful bitches. You're listening to Real Relate, where you wake up this morning, you ask yourself 2 things. Am I real and am I relatable? Okay? You bad, beautiful bitch. You look. Quick weather check just for you. Oh, it's bitching. Clouds, literally minimal. Sun, literally maximal. You gotta be a friend. Tell a friend. Would you throw it up? Lock it down. You're listening to Real Relate. Let's do one thing together. I to you, you to I, real fast. Could we? Let's get dangerously. And I mean dangerously. Caffeinated. Hugs and kisses per usual, gang. Love ya.
Right? I gotta get the air horn.
Exactly.
Dude, thank you so much, Kevin Cooney. We appreciate you, the fucking man.
You guys are the best.
Love you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you.
You came on Monday. MLK Day, you know what I mean? He really about it out here.
Yes.
But go ahead, Barbara. Sign us out. Real Relay fam, this was episode 1. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Google. You know we are everywhere in the fucking streets. Go ahead, Barbara. Do it.
All right, Kev. Thanks for coming on.
Yes.
Real Relay fam. Until next time. Peace out.
Yo, deuces.
Broken and still get whatever you want. That's my bitch. Paris, Tokyo, London. I took her on all of my trips. I try to show you it's real. You ain't like them other hoes I hit. I introduce you to real. Baby, ain't nobody else like this. I'm for the liquor, I reminisce. History up in my system. Bad, I'm a player, I fuck up a lot. But it ain't the same when I'm with them. Baby, you different.